to get all the gearbox and stuff out, and the fuel tank and everything, but it needs to be fully stripped now. All the interior, all the wiring has to come out, and then at that point it will go to the body shop, and that's when they'll start working on these.
Because they're going to come out.
Yeah. So I've had to get a brand new guard from BMW.
Oh yeah.
And then my other one is here that I've...
Oh, because the M3 was crash damaged.
Was the M3.
Yeah.
That's the front guard.
Yeah.
It'll just bolt on, so that's
yeah.
okay.
Yep.
And then that's the rear guard I cut off the sedan M3.
Yeah.
So that will end up getting grafted into there.
Yeah, and they're just wider, just a more flared arch.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're just pumped out.
Yeah. And the bumper will be a different bumper as well, will it? Or do you have to cut and paste?
We'll use this bumper. This is the M3 bumper.
Yeah.
And what will happen is you end up cutting this part here.
Ah, yeah.
A bit of this out because the sedan doesn't go as deep here, and the wagon needs
of course. Yeah, because you've got the tailgate.
From there to there.
Yeah.
So you end up grafting this sort of part of this bumper onto the M3 bumper, and you only sort of bring it around to here so that you can still get the flare.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, this part here will get chopped out.
Yep.
And will go, and then you keep this part. And
that matches into your new rear quarter.
That's the thinking.
Yeah. Has it been, because obviously there's a few people around the world, not too many that have done it like fully, but well, as far as what we know of through social media and that anyway, but there's probably more out there than, probably more happening than what's in the social media world, I guess. But
I think there, I don't know, there may be like 6, I think I counted 6 once that I could see on social media.
Yeah.
So it's been done a fair few times. There's some guys in the UK that have actually made a really good YouTube channel about one they're doing, but they're kind of doing it from an M4 rather than an M3. So they're making an F81 Touring out of an M4.
Oh yeah.
So they've got a whole bunch of other issues that are from taking everything from an M4. And, but mostly around the wiring and the modules and a few of the body panels and stuff.
And there's that one in the Netherlands, of course, that everyone knows about.
Yeah, that one is a really cool one, the Club Sport one,
Yeah.
CS. That's a really cool one. I don't plan to spend as much money as he's probably spent.
Yeah.
So I'm not looking to change the colour of the car.
He probably didn't intend to spend.
No, probably not.
I think he might have gone down a rabbit hole. I've seen a couple of interviews with him, and I think he got to the point where it's just like, it can be better. It can be better, you know. You just keep going and going. But
so I'm just going to, I want it to look relatively factory at the end.
Yep.
But a competition factory, so that's why I've got the competition wheels.
Yep. And you got a no, you can't do a carbon roof because it's
I'm keeping that carbon roof unless somebody wants to buy it off me. Just for a bit of wall art, really.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll polish it up and put it on the wall. But it's very light. It's really cool, actually.
Yeah.
It was an amazing thing cutting it off a car, I tell you.
Just how little it weighs.
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy. I stood it myself and then held it with one hand and cut with the other hand.
Hold that and I'll...
And the weight that you're feeling, it will just be the steel that's on the side.
Okay. That's quite incredible considering, I mean, it's
that's
got
a roof.
weight to it, but considering it's a roof,
Yeah.
And it's a strong roof.
Yeah, and the other thing that was amazing was this. I just picked this up yesterday. This bonnet, full aluminium.
Oh yeah.
It's so light.
Yeah.
Pick up the corner of it. It's just like just like that. Pick it up.
Oh yeah.
Nothing to it, eh?
That's what I had on my E61.
Oh yeah.
Aluminium.
Yeah.
But it looked a bit different than that by the time I got through with it. It's like a different shape, but.
Yep.
But yeah.
So I'm just in. Well, before I went away on holiday, I was pretty much trying to get as much done on the sedan as I could.
Yeah.
Get it completely stripped, and that's why you see all these parts. My garage looks like a dismantler's because it's got so many parts.
And you're doing it all in here?
Yep, and that's only half of them. The other half is up here. I've just topped a whole bunch of it up. Just top
Yeah.
But yeah, and then so once that's stripped, that car has gone now to the wreckers. There was not much left on it, probably a few doors and some windows and stuff like that. They were still probably good. And then this will get completely stripped over the next couple of weeks, and I've got time. And then go to the body shop, and when it comes back from the body shop, all the body work should essentially be done. And then it's a case of grafting that wiring harness in with a few small changes. And I'll be getting all my information from the guys that have been doing it overseas. There's a guy in the US, M3 Touring, I think is his tag name on Instagram, and he's been quite helpful. So yeah, I reached out to him and sort of said, hey, I'm just embarking on this project. Yeah. Are you okay if I ask you questions? He's like, yeah, ask away.
Yeah. Yeah, the car world's good like that, eh? People
yeah, so he's sort of following the progress a little bit as well, which is quite cool. And then once the wiring is in, I mean, it's not that hard to plug all the interior back in because everything just bolts over.
Yeah.
And then it goes back to my mechanic at SD European.
Yep.
And they will put the M3 engine and transmission in.
What was the sort of mileage? What sort of mileage had the M3 done? Do you know?
It's done 67,000 km or something. Yeah, it's pretty low mileage.
Yeah.
Might be 67 or 76. I can't remember exactly.
So just to check over and.
Well, I've got a pinned crank hub to go on it, which apparently is the thing to put on those S55s.
Yeah, because they rip, don't they, or whatever you call it. Yeah, I've heard that. Slip.
And causes a few dramas. So, yeah, that'll be cool to get that in. I've got, the adjustable suspension just arrived the other day too, so I'm going to be running this MSS stuff from, that's come from...
Is that what Evolve in the UK do?
Yep. Ah. So it's a nice piece of kit.
Nice, yeah. Yeah, I've seen that come up a few times. It looks
so it's springs with keepers.
Yeah.
And then the front spring perch is such a shape that it fits in the factory with that bushing.
Yeah. And so the spring height, the spring's like a double spring setup, isn't it, to change the damping through?
Yeah, I'm not too sure exactly.
Something like that.
But they say that it actually improves the ride from the factory M3 suspension.
Yeah. Awesome. No, I reckon that'll be...
So that'll be cool to have that.
Yeah.
So the first time I saw this was actually on that guy M3 Touring in the US. And he did his. Because you can get the KW adjustable suspension. And it's actually a bit cheaper than this MSS stuff. And then when I was on holiday, I saw that the Volvo were having a sale, and that was pretty much the same price as the KW.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I might as well grab it because I think it is supposed to be a superior product.
Yeah.
For the ride of the M3s anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, those guys are going flat out developing.
That's quite cool to see what they're doing.
At the moment.
I hadn't really been exposed to them until. Is Chris Harris doing a bit of stuff with Evolve?
Not really. Probably connected because he's in
it was Matt Armstrong.
in that region.
Matt Armstrong's YouTube channel.
I think he's done some air intakes and stuff from Evolve. Well, that's their
Venturi or whatever.
That.
They're all from there, eh?
Yeah, but they all seem to network, you know, together.
Yeah.
Looks like quite a cool scene actually. But yeah, awesome. Oh, are you going to keep Alpine White or?
Yep. I'll be keeping Alpine White. I wanted to, like I said, I didn't want to do a full repaint, and I'm not the kind of guy that's going to paint just the outside and not the door jambs and not the engine bay.
Yeah.
Like if I'm going to do it, I want to do it properly.
So you might as well just
and I don't really
match
spend
what
that
you
30
need
grand.
Yeah.
So I'll just keep everything Alpine White.
Yeah.
I think they'll end up, because they need to paint the guards
Yeah.
and the bonnet obviously.
Yeah.
But that stuff's easier to paint because it's off the car.
Yeah.
They'll end up painting all of this.
Right.
And then merging that into there. So we'll stay Alpine White.
Yep.
Bumper will get painted. Side skirts they need to be painted as well, because funnily enough I bought the M3 thinking, oh, it's perfect, it's Alpine White, everything will just bolt straight over and I won't need to paint anything.
Yeah.
but it's actually mineral white, which is a colour that only the M cars came in, which has this really lovely kind of like,
it's got a pearlescent
like
kind
a
of,
little blue pearl through
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
It's quite a nice colour.
Yeah, I know the colour.
But yeah, so anyway, I made I cocked that up, but
yeah.
Anyway, just means we'll have to paint a few parts.
And there are different Alpine whites too. Like,
oh, is there?
Yeah. This is probably Alpine White 3, same as mine.
Oh yeah.
So I guess there's a 1 and a 2.
Yeah.
Or they just jump straight to 3, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be cool. Be really interesting to follow the journey, I reckon.
Yeah, so already what we've got is we've got all the brakes and drivetrain in. So like diff, subframes, front subframe, steering, all the brakes, suspension, fuel tank, battery cable. So all of that stuff had to, all the hard brake lines. So they're all from the M3, they're already in here. We wanted to get this thing basically rolling so we could roll it and then strip all the inside, do the bodywork, then build the inside back up with the wiring harness,
Yeah.
and plug the engine in.
And so, what about the ECU and all that? Like telling, how's it going to work as far as the car knowing what's going on? And
Eastern European have got all the coding ability to be able to sort all that stuff out. They've got a really sharp guy there, Jake, who will get into it in a deep way and make it all work.
Yep.
From what I've researched, like there's a few people around the world that can actually do it remotely too. You know, like they log in and do what they got to do.
Yeah, you just need to plug a laptop into your OBD port and give them access, and away they go.
For the most part, because I'm planning on swapping everything over, like even the ECU, everything, all the modules are going to go from the M3 over to there.
Yep.
So for the most part, I'm thinking when it's turned on for the first time, it will still think it's the M3.
Yeah.
But there'll be an extra couple of modules, obviously, for the electric tailgate.
Yeah.
I think the antenna is a little bit different.
Yeah.
Runs a different module.
Yeah.
But even like the handles, so like I've taken the handles off the M3 because they're all comfort access.
Oh, right.
And so I'm going to run those comfort access ones in this car.
Yeah. So that's just a nice spec to kind of have.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And I'm changing everything over, like all the wiring, all the door harnesses. Like,
front seats.
Yeah, competition front seats.
Yeah.
So.
Was it it's probably a silly question because he might not have been, but was the M3 an LCI or was it pre?
The M3 was an LCI.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And this is pre.
Oh yeah. Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
That's cool.
But from my conversations, it shouldn't be a drama since we're swapping everything over.
Yeah.
Absolutely everything goes over. Like all the lights are going over.
Yeah.
You know, so there may be we may run into a couple of things, I don't know.
Yeah. Nothing they can't solve.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Oh well, cool. Thank you. And we'll keep following the journey. I'll just capture a little bit every now and then when you've made some progress, and
that's all good.
And then maybe put it all together at the end and make a feature length.
Yeah.
You know, Matt Armstrong style.
Yeah.
Splice them all together and turn it into a 2-hour movie.
Masking tapes is all labels that I've written out saying that either goes to that unit or it goes here or it goes up to A pillar or B pillar. Or so I've been really deliberate about making it, or trying to make it easier to put back in.
Yeah, because it's the sort of thing you just don't want to spend forever doing, eh? You just kind of want it to happen. You get to that, it's not...
And it's pretty good, I think, like once it looks like a mess there, but if you actually lay it out, like it actually is in the shape of where it all goes, you know? And so once you roll that out in the car, it becomes very obvious where stuff goes.
Car-shaped harness kind of thing.
Yeah.
Incredible mass of, you know, and weight of wires. It's quite clever how they did that. Is it CAN bus or whatever they call it? So you've got more than one module or more than one thing running through one wire. It's quite clever that. Don't need a single wire for every tiny little bulb that's going or whatever. They all run through a single wire.
Yeah, so that will be challenging to put that back in.
Yeah.
What is the other thing? Oh, the roof lining. Once I pull the roof lining out, I'm actually going to get that redone
Oh, okay.
in Alcantara,
Oh, yeah.
just so that it's a bit more like
Yeah,
in
upspec a
sport,
bit.
you know.
Yeah, yeah. Bit special. Have you got a time frame, or you just?
I would like to be done by Christmas.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's a.
But it's going to come down to like when I have time to do the work I need to do.
Yeah.
And then it goes to a contractor like either mechanic or
Yeah.
body shop.
Yeah.
And then making sure that they have enough time to do what they need to do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's probably quite a good time to get things done because it's a little bit quieter out there at the moment. So.
Yeah, well, the guys at FD have been awesome. Like,
Yeah.
they've been able to fit me in when I need it. We've worked out a special deal too in terms of like what it looks like and financially.
Yeah.
We've worked out because we're really fortunate that I've got a parts department and also a mechanical department.
Yeah.
They're taking a whole bunch of the F31 parts, you know, so and all of the other sedan parts that I don't need. So we're taking all those parts in.
Okay. Yeah.
And we worked out a really good deal between us.
Because it's worth something to them.
And it's got to work for both people too, you know, and they know that, and they're good guys. And
they're probably quite excited about it. Just
they
quietly,
are, yeah. They've got the knowledge too, you know.
Yeah.
Like they know they work with BMWs every single day. They've got all the models. They've got the Jake, the guy who's really good at coding, and Brandon, the guy who's the project manager there. So
yeah.
No, they're all over it, and it's been good working with them.
Great. Oh, well, thanks, Nathan. And
no worries.
follow the journey.
Cool.
Yeah, good one.
Yeah, it will be a hell of a journey.